Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Joe.
Yeah, nice background.
Thank you. I like your background too. Very nice. When it comes to making like an action movie, what is the key thing to being a good action actor?
For me, the key thing to being a good action actor is to be able to tell story through choreography. But I think that if I think the very best action actors, and I think this film, both of these films have it, and there's so much of it through all of the performances, is that it forwards the storytelling through physicality, and I think that is it's actually it's a little bit rare actually, but what's so great about these films is that there's a real emphasis on that in the way that the action sequences are done.
What is something, and maybe this kind of goes with that, but what is something you've learned on this movie in particular about creating good, memorable, fun to watch action scenes?
I think it does go along with what which is just said. It's about the story first, and the action has to be a reflection of that story, of who these characters are. Everyone has their own fighting style based off of, their background, how long they've been here. Andy's able to do things that Niall can't do, Booker, like everyone brings their own character histories to the choreography. And I think when action films pay attention to who are these characters and how do they express themselves physically, that makes it more exciting and allows audiences, I don't know, to really believe it more. Because sometimes if you see a character just doing something, it's like, they would not do that. Like, how did she learn to do, I don't know, Taekwondo? Like, what? Like, she's a school teacher. Like, I don't know. So I think they were super attentive to that aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the element of, when obviously you can't just copy whatever has been done before. I mean, the first time you saw The Bourne or like the close combat Krav Maga that's being used in there, or when you saw The Raid for, the different fighting styles and the different action sequences, like what you said, the fact that they have all these years of experience and all these, centuries actually, and all these different fighting styles. And, it's almost, I don't want to sound pretentious, but like in a symphony, you're like the way they fight together, throwing mags around. And that's, I think, an element of what hopefully makes their action original.
Henry, did you learn anything specifically for this one?
I delved into a little bit more of the Silat. So the origins of Tua really are derived from Southeast Asia, Malaya in particular, and one of the prevailing martial arts over there is Penchat Silat. So I had an amazing stunt guy who went through a lot of the movement. And it's much like a dance. And the weapon that Tua uses is of that period. It's a kris, which has religious and sort of spiritual meaning. So to color each character with that huge compendium of history and culture, I think is what makes Old Guard so kind of appealable to everybody. It's people from all over the world and all walks of life, grouping together for this greater good.
Here's an easy question. What's the best fight scene in movie history?
Ooh, Old Boy. The
Oh,
scene,
that's a good one.
the scene where he's coming out of the elevator into the hallway.
And goes down the
Exactly, two-dimensional, just like straight. Wow. When I first saw that, that was unbelievable.
I like that one punch Brad Pitt snatch fight and that he has in the beginning. Yeah, I like that. That's a good fight.
I've mentioned Jason Bourne, and I do think
Yeah.
that there is that first fight in the first movie through the window.
In the
It's
bathroom.
yeah, in the bathroom. It sort of changed the nature of that kind of choreography and that kind of fight, for forever. So
This might seem lame because Uma's in it, but Kill Bill, like
That's good.
almost like every sequence, like especially that one with Lucy Liu though. Yo.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
But you know what?
Great
It was
scene.
also because it was graphic. You never really seen like a Hollywood scale of the sword fighting and the limbs and the blood, like the scene in the
That's true.
restaurant,
Yeah.
where she's against like the Crazy 88.
Yeah, the Crazy 88. Yeah.
And there's just the blood everywhere.
I'm impressed that you pulled that because I thought that would be hard, but you guys all. Wow. Okay, well, since you did so well with that, here's another one I thought was hard, but maybe you'll think it's easy. Are we pro mortality or immortality?
I'm Team Mortal.
You got no choice then, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
It depends. Can you take your family members with you?
Can they become immortal?
Can they, if they can become immortal, I'll be team immortal.
Would you stay the same age or do they grow up? You know, because if they're at like a bratish age, like,
It doesn't, I know, that's fine.
yeah.
If he's.
No, maybe because like when she became of age, you got the immortal. Maybe there's like a.
You get to choose the age of the kids?
Like a 25 age, 25 years old.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. So living alone.
So what age would you pick then? Not
25. Like probably like
Oh my god.
definitely out of diapers and like sleeping issues.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Y'all better be zaddies. Come on, zaddies.
Thank you for talking. You guys have been very thoughtful, and I'll make my questions harder next time.
Great to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.